Next in operations is troubleshooting, which is about dealing with problems guests are going to have before their stay, during the stay, and after the stay. And I have divided into 3 different subsections because I feel there is a constant pattern to different kind of problems people have in different stages. For example, before they check into the property, there are 3 or 4 points of failure where people constantly seem to have problem. The same way during the stay as well, I have seen there are a few key areas where people do have face problems. And in this module, I'm going to tell you how you can effectively deal with those kind of problems. So let's start with before stay. The first one is the guest will phone you that I'm about to arrive or I have arrived at the property and where are the check-in instructions. Now at that point, if you know that you had sent them the check-in instructions or if you're using an automation tool which would have sent it, clearly at that point you would know that the guest has not checked their messages and emails. And it is very easy to just give them the access and tell them where they need to go and how to find the key. It is very easy, but do not tell them all that over the phone, because if you provide them all that information at that point, because they have been ignorant enough already, they will not realize that you had sent the check-in instructions to them already and they just didn't notice them. And that's why it's very important to make them have a look at your messages and the check-in instructions which you have sent earlier. Otherwise, they're going to leave a review which would say, everything was okay, but I had to phone the host to get the check-in details, which is so unfair because it was them who ignored it, who were not reading your messages, and you got penalized for that. And that's why my recommendation would be when such a guest calls you saying, I'm at the door or I'm approaching your property, where do I go? Tell them, sorry, I can't give you right now. I'm stuck in a meeting or I'm driving, but please, can you check my messages, which I have sent you in last 1 week? And I have sent you all the details. Everything you need is in that message. Please find that message. 95% of the times people will find your message, they will check in, and after that they will apologize and saying it's all good, we are into the property. In some rare circumstances, people will not be able to find because of the internet connectivity and they've been traveling or they do not have access to that device. When they say that, it's okay to give them check-in instructions over the phone, tell them where they need to go, but please make them realize, it's very important to make them realize that you had sent it. Let them check in, and when you get time later on, send them another message saying, here is a screenshot, I had sent you all the details, no problem, but I just wanted to let you know that I had shared the details with you. And it is just to make them realize that you had done whatever you were meant to do from your end. Second is people will phone you saying, I can't open your door or your lockbox. Again, there are different varieties of locks and lockboxes. People sometimes do not really try hard enough and they feel that they just need to give a phone call to the host and they will come and sort it out, or they will tell them some magic key to press and everything will open. The best thing is if you've got a YouTube video or a link of how to open it, just give them the video instructions and send them the link, they can watch it. In other scenarios, do not rush towards going there and helping them or asking them to come on a video call. 90% of the times when I have faced these problems, it was just the guest had not tried hard enough. What I do is I tell them to wait for 5 minutes and I'm going to call them back. And in those 5 minutes, they are going to keep trying it. And almost 100% of the times, they manage to open it. So give them some time, ask them to try it again. I will call you back in 5 minutes. And most of the times, they will sort it themselves. If you still find out they have not been able to open it, in the first instance, ask them to send you a photo of the door where they are. It's likely that they are at the wrong address. In the second instance, if they are at the right address, they're trying the right thing, it's possible they are not pressing the code. So if it's possible, jump on a video call with them and tell them, show me how and what you're doing. In the worst case scenario, if you can go, that's fine. Otherwise, I usually ask them to speak to a passerby, or sometimes these things, that's how, especially the lockboxes, because of the weather and all those things, they do get jammed sometimes. They just need to use something sharp, etc., etc. But the key thing is, lockboxes and locks do not fail so easily. It is either they are not following the instructions, they are not at the right door, or they haven't tried hard enough. Try these 3 different troubleshooting methods. If they still cannot resolve it, at that point you can try and get them some help physically. Next is, the guest will message you that I want to cancel, please a refund. Now, it is a very tricky scenario. Then the guest says, I can't come, I've had an emergency, I want to cancel. It becomes very tricky when the guest is due to arrive in the immediate 12 hours. Because if the guest is canceling the same day they are due to arrive, they will get an opportunity to write a review for you. Not many people know this, but Airbnb lets people write a review even though they never stepped inside your property. They will still invite them to write a review just so they can review the experience you gave them up until that point when they canceled. So you have to be very careful when you're declining a refund request from a guest who's due to arrive on the same day. If their stay is few days away and the cancellation policy on your listing does not allow them to get a refund, this is what I usually say is, I'm sorry, it won't be possible for me to override the Airbnb cancellation policy you agreed to at the time of making the reservation. Please try and cancel, and whatever is the refund, it will be visible to you. However, if the person is due to arrive on the same day, my response is totally different because I know they can write a review. I do not want to decline their refund request outright. Now, what I tell them at that point is, look, unfortunately, because you're canceling it so close to the arrival, it's likely that I won't get any booking for this night because you're canceling it so late, and which is not fair to me either. But I want to help you. Why don't you just cancel your booking? And at this point, Airbnb will not refund you more than what the cancellation policy allows. But I promise you, if someone else books these nights after you cancel, I will give you the refund which you're gonna lose because of this cancellation. Now, this is a great step forward. People will realize you are trying to help them as much as you can, and they see it as a fair option as well. So most of the time, almost every time I have given this offer, people have been happy, and I've given them a refund if someone else booked it and they had no complaints. They even leave a great review for me later on, even if I didn't manage to give them a refund because someone didn't book it. But deal with last minute cancellations with a lot of care.